Roller coaster color schemes are a pretty underrated aspect of a coaster in my opinion. I wouldn't say bad colors can really break a ride experience, but I do think nice cohesive colors can amplify it. That's why I want to talk about my 10 favorite roller coaster color schemes I've ever seen. Do note that this only includes coasters I've seen in person, and some color schemes look much better in person than they do on video. For example, look at this crusty ass concept art for Steel Curtain. It looks like shit. But then when you see it in person, it actually makes a bold impression and the colors look great. So with that out of the way, let's waste no time and get into the list. These are my top 10 favorite roller coaster color schemes I've seen. Starting this list at number 10 is GaleForce at Playland's Castaway Cove, which is such a simple color palette. All it takes is that perfect shade of blue and the gray supports that put emphasis on the focal color. This is one of those rides that looks perfect in its location, especially while riding. When you look at it from this high in the air and you see that it matches the color of the ocean, it's absolutely stunning. Number 9 on our list is Stunt Pilot at Silverwood in Idaho. I feel like white is the last color most parks think of when they're deciding what paint scheme they want on their coaster. And this is understandable because I feel like white would look pretty mediocre on a lot of rides. But on Stunt Pilot, it shines bright on that single rail track with the red support structure contrasting it beautifully. This is another one where when I first saw it on the concept art, I was not a huge fan of the colors, but seeing it in person completely changed my mind. Another very simple colorway features at number 8, which is Velocicoaster at Universal's Islands of Adventure. Again, black can be a hit or miss, but on this thing it's absolutely beautiful. The way those trains hug the track is perfect, I just don't know how to explain it. Also, the supports being black as well is great. It just looks so clean. It's one of those colors that I just can't understand why I think this ride looks so good, but it just does. To our number 7 spot, Mako at SeaWorld Orlando. Now I'll be honest, I've grown out of this one a little bit because at one point I thought it was easily a top 3 color scheme for me, but it still does look great. Now that we've seen Mako cycle year round for a couple years, I don't think the fade on the purple looks all too good, but if they gave it a repaint, I'm sure it would elevate itself again because I love the choice of using purple on a ride this massive. Now moving on, many coasters by Bolliger and Mabiard have green colors, but at number 6, none do it better than Hydra the Revenge at Dorney Park. This is easily one of the most photogenic coasters in Pennsylvania, even if I don't think the ride experience is anything too special. Just that shade of light green on dark green is absolutely genius. Whoever thought of that deserves a raise. A more monochromatic color scheme brings us to Oregon for Adrenaline Peak at Oaks Park. For those of you who always drool over the colors on DC Rivals in Australia, this thing basically looks like a miniature version. It's got the same pink shade and a blue support structure that looks great. During the COVID closures early last year, I'd visit Portland to see my brother, and we would take those electric scooters you see in every downtown city all the way to Oaks just because I love seeing this thing so much. If that's any indication that the park chose perfect colors, then there you go. Here's one that I was blown away by when I saw it. Pantheon at Busch Gardens Williamsburg looks amazing. Sometimes when parks go with gold colors, it turns out to be a flop. Look at Wonder Woman Golden Lasso Coaster at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. That's yellow, not gold. Pantheon is gold, and it looks so good. The white supports allow the track color to really stand out as well, and it's the perfect complement to their color choice. This is one that greatly complements the ride experience in my opinion. Heading to Cedar Point, my favorite there for the perspective of colors and general appearance is Gatekeeper. This Bolliger and Mabiard wing coaster makes a bold impression as you're driving up to the park. You see it all laid out in front of you right up against the beach and even over the park entrance. It's kind of a similar idea to Hydra at Dorney where you have these light blue colors mixed with dark blue, and that's something I wish more parks would take a look at. Number 2 shouldn't be too much of a surprise. If anything, I think a lot of you will be surprised it's not one. It's Fury 325 at Carowinds. What can you really say about this color scheme that hasn't already been said? When you're there in person, it looks absolutely astounding, flying over and around you as you enter the park. The shade of green and the shade of blue are probably 2 of my favorite color choices ever, and when you put them together, you have an absolutely amazing color scheme. There's just one coaster that I think has something better, as I almost enjoy watching it as much as riding it. My personal favorite color scheme I've seen so far is Talon at Dorney Park. Again, same idea as Hydra or Gatekeeper with the light and dark colors, but something about the orange absolutely demands your attention. I think the colors being so much brighter than the others is what does it for me, but also that orange is likely my favorite color in general. What other color looks this good in literally any shade? Now I'm sure there's many color schemes that could beat this one in the future that I've yet to see, but for now, Talon at Dorney Park is an absolutely beautiful ride. With that being said, those were just 10 of my favorite color schemes on roller coasters. Let me know if there's any I left out or any that I should look and do overseas. Leave a comment for sure, but also like the video and subscribe as it really helps against the YouTube algorithm. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye guys.